Hey there. Welcome back. As I was sitting on my porch swing the other morning, sipping coffee and watching the world wake up, something struck me. It was quiet. Peaceful, absolutely, but maybe a little too quiet sometimes. It got me thinking about connection, about the people who fill our lives with laughter, shared memories, and that feeling of being truly seen. And it made me wonder, how many of us, maybe without even realizing it, have let our circle of friends shrink a bit as the years have gone by. Life happens, right? People move, circumstances change, and sometimes we just drift apart. But here's the thing that really hit home for me, making new friends after 60. It's not just nice, it might be one of the most important things we can do for ourselves. Really? Think about it. We spend so much time focusing on our physical health, eating right, staying active, which is fantastic. But what about our social health? Our emotional well-being? That feeling of belonging? It's just as crucial, especially now. So today, let's chat about why actively seeking out new friendships in this chapter of life isn't just possible, it's incredibly powerful. We're going to explore 5 compelling reasons why opening your heart to new connections can truly enrich your life after 60, and then, because I know the how can feel daunting, we'll dive into some wonderfully simple, practical ways to get started. No pressure, just possibilities. Let's start with something happening right inside our heads. Our brains. Making new friends is like giving your brain a fantastic workout. Seriously. When you meet someone new, what happens? You're learning a new name, maybe discovering their background, their interests, their stories. You're navigating a new dynamic, finding common ground. All that chatting, listening, remembering details, it's mental gymnastics. It fires up different neural pathways, keeps your cognitive skills sharp, and can even help keep your memory more nimble. It's way more fun than crossword puzzles sometimes, don't you think? Think about meeting someone at a community class or a local event. That initial conversation, trying to recall their name later, that's your brain-building strength. It helps us stay mentally agile, engaged, and curious about the world. Who doesn't want that? And then, closely tied to that mental boost is something even deeper, emotional support and resilience. Life after 60 can bring its own unique set of transitions, right? Maybe retirement, kids grown and flown, perhaps losing loved ones or dealing with health changes. These moments, while part of life, can sometimes leave us feeling a bit vulnerable or isolated. This is where new friends, alongside cherished old ones, become an absolute lifeline. They offer a fresh perspective, a listening ear that hasn't necessarily heard all your stories 100 times before. They can relate to what you're going through now, in this specific season. Sharing a worry, a joy, or just a silly observation with someone new who genuinely gets it, that builds a different kind of strength. It reminds us we're not alone in whatever we're navigating. It builds a safety net of understanding and shared experience that's uniquely valuable. That connection, that feeling of being supported and understood by someone who chooses to be in your life now, it's incredibly powerful armor against life's bumps. So, we've seen how new friendships keep our minds buzzing and our hearts fortified. But what about the energy they bring? That's something truly special. That spark, that little jolt of energy. Isn't it amazing how connecting with someone new can genuinely make you feel more alive? That's our third big reason, increased vitality and physical health benefits. Now, this isn't just a feeling, there's real science behind it. Positive social connections are linked to lower stress levels. And we all know chronic stress is like kryptonite for our health. It can affect everything from blood pressure to our immune system. When you're laughing with a new friend over coffee, sharing a walk in the park, or even just having a good phone chat, your body responds. Cortisol, that pesky stress hormone, tends to decrease, and feel-good endorphins get a boost. It literally feels lighter, doesn't it? Plus, new friends often inspire us to get out and do things. Maybe it's trying that gentle yoga class together, exploring a new museum exhibit, or just meeting for a stroll instead of sitting home. That movement, that engagement, directly feeds our physical well-being. It combats that sense of slowing down and keeps us actively participating in life. Think about it. Making plans with someone gives you a reason to get dressed, get out the door, and engage with the world. That's pure fuel. Now, this next reason is like opening a window in a stuffy room, exposure to new perspectives, ideas, and experiences. When we've known people for decades, as wonderful as that is, we can sometimes fall into familiar patterns of thinking and doing. We know each other's opinions, our histories, our routines. Meeting someone new is like getting a fresh breeze. They come with their own unique life story, their own passions, their own way of seeing the world. Maybe they're passionate about genealogy, or they volunteer somewhere fascinating, or they love a type of music you've never explored. Suddenly, you're hearing about different hobbies, different viewpoints on current events, different travel adventures. This exposure is incredibly stimulating. It challenges our assumptions, in a good way, broadens our horizons, and keeps our minds open and curious. It reminds us that the world is still full of fascinating things and people to discover. It keeps life interesting and prevents us from feeling stuck in a rut. You might discover a hidden passion for birdwatching or local history just because your new friend mentioned it. And finally, perhaps the most beautiful reason of all, rediscovering purpose and joy. After major life shifts like retirement or becoming empty nesters, it's not uncommon to sometimes wonder, what's my role now? Forming new friendships can beautifully answer that. When you connect with someone new, you bring value to their life simply by listening, sharing, and caring. You become part of their world, and they become part of yours. It creates a sense of being needed and appreciated in a fresh way. Seeing the spark in someone's eyes when you share a story, offering support when they need it, sharing laughter over something simple, these moments reaffirm your place in the tapestry of human connection. It combats feelings of isolation or irrelevance. New friends remind you that you have so much to offer, your wisdom, your humor, your kindness, right now, today. It brings a deep sense of joy and fulfillment that comes from genuine human connection. It reminds you that your story is still unfolding, and new chapters with new characters are being written. Okay, so we've talked about the why, the powerful benefits for our minds, hearts, bodies, perspectives, and sense of purpose. It paints a pretty compelling picture, doesn't it? But I can almost hear some of you thinking, that all sounds lovely, but how? Where do I even start? It feels awkward. Believe me, I get it. Stepping out of our comfort zone at any age takes courage, and maybe it feels a little unfamiliar now. But I promise you, it's simpler than you think. Let's shift gears gently and talk about some wonderfully practical, low-pressure ways to begin planting those seeds of new connection. That feeling of where do I begin is completely normal. The key is to start small, be kind to yourself, and focus on activities you already enjoy or are curious about. That shared interest is like magic glue. So, let's break it down. First, leverage your existing interests and activities. Think about what genuinely lights you up. Do you love puttering in the garden? Check out a local gardening club or workshop at the nursery. Are you a lifelong learner? Community colleges, senior centers, and libraries often offer fascinating and affordable classes on everything from history to technology to art. Love to read? Book clubs are a classic for a reason, instant conversation starters built right in. Enjoy a specific type of exercise? Join a walking group, a water aerobics class, or a Tai Chi session at the park. The beauty here is twofold. 1, you're doing something you already like, so it feels natural and enjoyable, not forced. 2, you're instantly surrounded by people who share at least one common interest with you. That shared passion is a fantastic bridge. You don't have to walk in cold trying to make conversation. You can talk about the roses, the book plot, the new technique you learned. It takes the pressure off immensely. Start by just showing up consistently. Smile. Make a little comment about the activity. Those tomatoes are looking great. I found that last chapter really surprising, didn't you? See where the conversation flows naturally. Don't go in expecting a best friend on day one. Just focus on being present and pleasant. Next, reconnect with acquaintances and explore community hubs. Sometimes the seeds of friendship are already planted, they just need a little watering. Is there someone from your place of worship, your old neighborhood, a club you used to attend, or even a friendly face you see at the coffee shop or library, that you've always exchanged pleasantries with but never really got to know? That's a perfect starting point. Next time you see them, instead of just good morning, try good morning. How's your week been? Or I always enjoy seeing you here. See if the conversation opens up a bit more. You could even say something simple like, I've been thinking about trying that new lecture series at the library next week. Are you familiar with it? Plant a tiny seed. Also, become a regular at community spots. Your local senior center is an absolute goldmine. They're designed for connection. Libraries often host talks, movie nights, or craft groups. Coffee shops, community gardens, parks, frequent places where people gather. Being a familiar face makes you more approachable and makes approaching others feel easier. Now, embrace low-pressure socializing and practice openness. Big parties can feel overwhelming. Instead, focus on smaller, more manageable interactions. Strike up a brief, friendly conversation while waiting in line somewhere. Comment on the weather, a classic for a reason, a book someone's carrying, or a cute dog they're walking. Just a simple, genuine remark. Practice being open in your body language too. Make eye contact, offer a warm smile, and try an open posture. When you do talk to someone, be genuinely curious. Ask open-ended questions like, what brought you to this class? Or what do you enjoy most about living around here? Listen actively to their answers. That's how real connections begin. And remember the golden rule, focus on being interested, not just interesting. People love to feel heard and valued. Sharing a little about yourself in return builds reciprocity, but let the focus flow naturally. Technology can be your ally, gently. Websites like meetup.com are fantastic because you can search for groups specifically based on interests and age ranges right in your local area. Look for groups labeled senior, active retirees, 50 plus, or focused on your hobbies. Many senior centers and community groups also have online calendars or Facebook pages listing their in-person events. Don't be intimidated. Nextdoor can be great for hyperlocal connections. Maybe someone's organizing a neighborhood potluck or a walking group. Start by browsing events online from the comfort of your home. See what sparks your interest. You can often RSVP online, which makes taking that first step a little easier. Think of it as a tool to find those real-world opportunities. Be patient, persistent, and kind to yourself. This is so important. Building genuine friendship takes time. It's not like ordering takeout. Don't get discouraged if an initial chat doesn't lead to a lifelong bond, or if you feel a little awkward at first. Everyone does sometimes. Keep showing up to the activities you enjoy. Keep smiling, keep making those small, friendly overtures. Not every interaction will click, and that's perfectly okay. It's about finding the people where the connection feels natural and mutual. Celebrate the small wins. A pleasant 5-minute conversation is a win. Exchanging names is a win. Finding out you have something in common is a win. Be persistent in putting yourself in social situations, but patient with the process of deepening connections. And above all, be kind to yourself. Stepping out is brave. Acknowledge that courage. So, there we have it. We've walked through the wonderful whys, how new friendships after 60 sharpen our minds, warm our hearts, energize our bodies, open our eyes to new wonders, and fill our lives with renewed purpose and joy. And we've explored the totally doable hows, starting with what you love, reconnecting gently, embracing small steps, using tech as a helper, and giving yourself grace and time. Remember, this isn't about replacing old friends. Those golden threads are precious. It's about weaving new threads into the rich tapestry of your life, adding more color, more texture, more connection. Adding more light. You have so much to offer the world, your stories, your laughter, your wisdom, your kindness. There are people out there right now who would be genuinely enriched by knowing you. And you deserve the joy, the support, and the vitality that new connections bring. Don't let a little initial hesitation hold you back from experiencing that. Start small. Pick one thing that feels manageable this week. Maybe look up a class at the senior center, smile and chat with that acquaintance a bit more, or browse a local meetup group. Take that gentle first step. You might just be surprised at the wonderful friendships waiting to blossom. I'd absolutely love to hear from you in the comments below. What's one small step you might try? Or, if you've made a wonderful new friend later in life, share your story. What worked for you? Your experience could inspire someone else watching. Let's build a supportive community right here. If this conversation resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps others find it. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel for more chats like this, focused on living our best, most vibrant lives at every age. Thanks so much for spending this time with me today. Until next time, remember, your next great friend might be just one warm smile, one shared interest, one small hello away. Go find them. Be well, be connected, and take good care.